Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quarantown. This will be my Halloween tour as I sunk about 950 hours into designing this island, and I would love to show it off to you all. Now, first things first, when you got to my Halloween island, you may have noticed Spirit Halloween took up that empty space, as it does, just in case anyone didn't have any costumes when they came over. I also like to leave a wand out, that way if you have any programmed outfits, as soon as you pick up the wand, you'll be able to access any outfits you've previously programmed. Not sure if anyone else can hear that. My cat is currently screaming in the background, so if you hear that, I apologize. That's Loki. So yeah, my Spirit Halloween, you can see just to the right here, and then I'm going to take you to my entrance. So if you were to arrive on my island via the airport, this is what you would see. Nook's just to the left here, we've got Abel's to the right, cute little pumpkin carriage. And then down here on the beach, I left out some tools in case you wanted to wreck the island, as well as fun things like tambourines, sparklers, etc. Did you do this to me? This is my bridal character. We'll get to her bridal home eventually. And yeah, that little section of flowers is my free beach section. I always have too many hybrids. I always feel guilty selling them. And taking you around to my favorite beach area. This is my little witchy beach place where you can see the L Squad, Loki, Lilith, and Layla, all represented via custom designs. Full transparency, I'm not the greatest at beaches, and so this is the one I'm the most proud of. My partner Fab is all about beach decor. Mine tend to be pretty minimal. So this is my little Monarch Park and museum-y entrance type place. Now if we go across the bridge here, oh, Hopper, reminds me of Robin Williams. I miss him. Cute little beach area. Got my snapping turtle here. You can see he's quite vicious. I tried to make him snap, but the button wasn't working, and then I gave up. And then over here, this beach area is actually decorated by my partner Fab because he was saddened by the lack of decorations on my beach. And again, just some fun little flares and stuff so you can take fun photos. If you ever end up taking photos on my island, please share them with me. I would love to see the fun stuff people come up with. Oh my. The madam runs the red light district house. We'll get there later. For now, the beach house. This is my little beach living room area. And then if we go to the left here, you'll see I've got my little sushi restaurant, seafood place. Then I've got my beach bathroom. As well as one of my favorite rooms in this house, my little performance space. As a former sailor, obviously I had to represent on deck of a ship somewhere. Up here we have my bedroom aquarium. And some people have asked before, but yeah, these are the climbing walls at the back here. You just flip them around. The Academy hates that you do it and says you're using them wrong, but I think it looks good. So, and here's my little mermaid club. Quite full, hard to move around in. But yeah, that's my little beach home. And then if I head, oh wait, no, we're gonna go this way because we're gonna go into my cemetery. And the front of my cemetery is Lucky, fittingly. And then you'll see my very first villager, Cat. And then along here, these are all former residents of Quarantown. They're now permanent residents of the Quarantown Cemetery. And I do like to try and hide little fun things in my island dream codes for folks. So for example, if you manage to find Treasure Island over here, here's a shovel, and you can dig up various kinds of treasure while you're here. Now Treasure Island won't be in my Winter Wonderland dream code, but I will try and have similar fun things like this. Interactive stuff that you can do, as well as please take any inspiration that you see. If anything looks good and you want to use it on your island, please do. Animal Crossing is one of the few joys we have now in this COVID-ridden world. Yeah, we've got, Chatter and Julian, Roscoe, and we're actually going to go sort of up over this way here, past Bluebear's grave, so you can see Zucker on the beach. And I would take you up the beach, but there's actually a few graves just at the top here. The cemetery is a bit of a maze. And a couple of my favorite graves are actually at the top of the staircase here. Don't want you to miss Merengue. She was turned into cake. Or Portia. She was turned into a dress. Yep, things can get quite dark here in Quarantown. What can I say? Now, Lucky's grave's over here, even though he's still on the island wandering around, because he's a mummy. It makes sense. And then, of course, Anka has a beautiful, luxurious grave compared to other folks. Can't help it. She was a dreamy of mine. And then this guy here, you'll see his ripped up clothes and the eye patch. This is my beach house owner, Ahab, for the Moby Dick reference. And then Aurora and Flora. There's actually only two characters. This little pink duck, who I can never remember the name of, and Kid Cat, who you will see died in second place in the graveyard. They were actually donated to me by a friend, so those two never lived in Quarantown. However, everybody else is a former resident. And I tried to really personalize their graves with something that made sense for their character or for the theme. And so outside of my graveyard here, a little greenhouse Gothic garden area. A little bit of a flower dump, because, you know, that happens. Oh, a weed I forgot to pluck. And then through here, you will get to see my little rainbow section. So, you know, in the heart of my island has to have a rainbow heart, because obviously, but it's also where my clown Pietro lives, which was a nice place to do a little homage for it, for my horror island as well, too. So if you're a fan of clowns, you can see them in Quarantown. And then this house here was the last house I put in, and it's a bit more random than some of the others, which have an overall theme. So I've got my Halloween tavern here. And on the right side, this room is loosely inspired by a TV show, which will make more sense when we get upstairs to the attic. This is just my heavenly bathroom. And I know I'm going through the rooms rather quickly, but if at any point you want for inspiration to use these rooms, please just pause the video and by all means take anything and everything for ideas. Down here we have this little pool area, which I really like and will be keeping, but just making it less dark and gothic for other seasons. Can I say, I love seasonal decor. I'm a huge fan of it. And now we will go upstairs to my favorite room. So some of you might be able to guess this right off. Some of you may have never seen the show. No worries. This was my little homage to Charmed. So because I was doing a Halloween island, I did want gothic and horror elements, but I also wanted a lot of witchcraft elements, and not just your stereotypical hag on a broom witchcraft, but all sorts. So TV witchcraft here with Charmed representation. And then I believe from here we should be heading to my house. Oh, there's my little character, Hallowell, dressed as a black cat. Power of 3 will set you free. But yeah, so from here to my house, which is my main house, which was also themed to be very witchcraft based, but rather than Hollywood witchcraft, oh, you can see my character up there, rather than Hollywood witchcraft, more of a natural witchcraft feel, if that makes sense. Yes, Celine, welcome to Quarantown. I'm actually currently playing on my partner Fab's account so that I could access my dream code. Hopefully in future I'll be able to do videos with you guys live or a little more timely so that I'm not having to use my own dream code and I can actually just show you my island. And so yeah, the first area was very celestial. This one is much more sort of autumn, fall time witch. This one more creepy, jungly, dark night creature witch, if that makes sense. And this one more like planty, mushroomy, woody forest witch. And then I just left this shot for this celestial room because I really like it. It's bright and shiny. This room was a bit of a throwaway. I just really wanted to finish it before I did the dream code because you can't really lock off the basement or the upstairs like you can the other rooms. Now upstairs I love, this is my blackout kitchen. I know technically there's still a light on, but it's hard to see without it. But just that sort of feeling of, you know, thunderstorms and the lights have gone out and everyone has to use candles and I'm aware there's fire in the middle of the kitchen, but it's fine. I got this. It's magic. Don't worry. And so we're going to head down this way where I can show you, again, a lot more pumpkins. They're all over my island. My little coffee shop area that I thought was cute. So just a small little place. Again, another black cat representation. That was my Lilith design. And then Zell heads the coffee shop. Makes sense for a theater kid. And then over here is just kind of where I ditched my pink flowers. I didn't want to entirely get rid of them in case I have other design ideas. But of course they didn't really match the spooky Halloween theme. And so across the bridge here, we're back down towards Monarch Garden and the museum, Spirit Halloween area. But if you head just behind the change room area here, you'll be able to go into my orchard. You'll see many trees, money and fruit. And within the fruit trees, I also made sure to get that fruit bat custom design. Not mine, whoever did that, absolutely brilliant. Saw it on so many islands. It was so perfect. And back here I have Tiffany. And Tiffany is heading the Carnival, which seemed to make sense for me. And that's Majesty. We'll get to her Gothic Manor in the castle later. Back here, again, former sailor, so I wanted to have a bit of a dock feel, something for Red in case he tries anything, you know, got my cannons ready. Back there was supposed to be an alley, but I just didn't have time, the concepts weren't working, and so I filled it with more pumpkins, as one does. This fenced off area used to be my rock garden, but I didn't really like the very like 2x2 square feeling, so turned it into a little wine tasting bar. And then we are headed to my pride and joy on this Halloween island is my castle. So this castle is pretty much entirely made of simple panels, a couple silos, wedding organs, and antique clocks. Um, it's still on my island for winter, but I have changed it up a fair bit as far as making it a lot icier. But yeah, I really do love the castle. And then back there in the red lights, you'll see the red light district house, which Madam runs. I'll do that in a different video just because we're running out of time. This video is already pretty long, and because, you know, while the rest of my island is very much family friendly, that house, while I didn't use any items not in-game, does have some allusions to things that maybe not for children. In the meantime, my wedding house. Everything pastel, cherry blossom, Easter egg, that kind of stuff ended up here. So from the main library, we have the flower room if you need to get your bouquets or your flowers set for the wedding. We have the dining room, which I know could and probably should have been in the pink design, but these had already been customized and I didn't want to customize them back. This room is the bachelorette bridal get ready room. I like it, thought it was cute with the pink. Now in the basement, I'm pretty proud of this room. Not only is it my bank, but also my, if you want to go shopping for engagement rings, so my little shop there. And yeah, thought this was a really clever idea. Again, feel free to steal any ideas you see. If you ever have questions about custom codes and stuff like that, let me know. And then my favorite room in this house. My favorite rooms usually seem to be the top ones, but nice little garden area for the wedding. So yeah, we saw Did You Do This to Me? My Madison bride before, and that's her home. And this is Majesty's home. So again, you walk into a library, but much more Gothic this time. Then over here, the Gothic little bedroom. I did quite like that the skull wallpaper lit up at night. I thought that was really cool. Who doesn't need, you know, a bunch of dolls creating a seance? Little home movie theater. In the basement, well, an eerie basement where maybe Stephen King's writing his next novel, or maybe there's people in the floor. Who knows? And again, the favorite room of mine is this room up here, my very elegant dining room. It's got a bit of a Dracula meets Miss Havisham feel. Here, let me get you a better angle. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. It's every goth or theater kid's dream dining room. One day. One day. In the meantime, in Quarantown. So that's my Gothic Manor. And then if we head over this way, you'll be able to see my rock garden where I moved it to. Just a little bit more abandoned, random rocks about. You'll also see my little fox villager. I love him. He's so cute. Not villager, I guess, but companion, whatever. Oh yeah, also just in the back corner here, before I forget, a little jail cell, you know, and a swimsuit in case you wanted to go swimming around in the thunderstorms. And then to the right over here, I'm not really going to go in there, but we've got the little abandoned playground. And then this home is the Asylum. So we've got the main room of the Asylum as you enter. Straight to the back will be the cafeteria. You know, simple, black and white. And we've got the security room. Because, you know, security, it's a thing. Then we have the surgery slash eugenic-y slash terrifying room. Up here I tried to do a bit of an homage to Arkham Asylum, so I used various portraits to represent Catwoman, the Joker, Harley Quinn, and Penguin. I couldn't really find an appropriate photo, slash didn't have time to get a decent one for Riddler, so I just kind of put his hat back there. Hopefully it registers. And then the basement is another little tortury, morgue-like place. A lot of folks ask, why so many bathtubs? And I'm always like, I don't know. Do you really want to know? Probably not. But yeah, this used to be my community center when I first started, and then it became the Asylum, and actually, in my winter wonderland, it's a restaurant. I'm not sure where the character is, Mayor, who runs that house, because again, it was the community center first, but this is my little campsite. Got, you know, a nice homage to Jason. Why not? Another pumpkin carriage being pulled by a dinosaur. And then over here, my color-coded pumpkin patch. Yeah, I told you, so many pumpkins everywhere. And again, my beaches are kind of plain, but, you know. Well, the craft feel, sandcastle. I love that I have Rattle because he's Quarantown perfect with his mask. But yeah, that's, I think, my island. Oh, there's my mare. There we go. And the mayor says, "Who are you?" But yeah, that's pretty much Quarantown, at least the Halloween version of it. I hope you enjoyed my tour. Feel free to come back anytime. Use my dream code, it'll be in the description below, and let me know in the comments what your favorite section was. Was it a house? Was it an outdoor place? I'd love to know. I spend more time than I probably should on this game, but I'm not sorry about it because I love Animal Crossing and Quarantown makes me happy. Well, folks, thanks for coming in, and I will see you later.